And right now they have some beautiful prices. How about a 3-gallon size of honeysuckle for just $7? Or shell ginger, also $7 for 3 gallons. Dwarf bottle brush plants are on sale, just $10 for the 1-gallon size. And that pretty Fatsia, 3 gallons for just $16. And the 3-gallon Pisang Ceylon banana for just $5. Kenny's Place is at 7677 Southeast 41st Court here at Ocala. Give them a call, 867-1213 for Kenny's Place.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
All right, 24 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I was just looking to see if there was an update on that dam that was ready to break. About an hour ago, we saw this story online regarding a dam in Texas that was getting ready to bust open, and I don't see any updates on it. But nevertheless, we are always at the mercy of Mother Nature when it comes to storms, especially here in Florida. How many of you remember, if you lived in South Florida, Hurricane Andrew? If you lived here in 2000, when was that, 2004? It's been 11 years already since we had a major thing here. Wow. I remember seeing trees, I mean, just blown over. I never saw wind so strong. Before the hurricane ever hit, I thought, oh, this is going to be cool. I don't know what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. It is not cool. It is really devastating. And so this week is National Hurricane Preparedness Week. We have on the phone Ed Del Grande. He's a TV personality known as Ed the Plumber. He's got 3 master licenses in pipe fitting, fire protection, and plumbing. His credentials go on and on and on. He's talking to us about preparing for extreme weather, how to make it easy, affordable, and smart. Good morning, Ed. How you doing?
Oh, good morning. It's nice to be here, but I'm a little in shock now. This is the first I'm hearing about that dam breaking. That is terrible news in Texas.
Yeah, I know. I saw it just a little while ago, and I went to find an update, and nothing, but I guess it's probably imminent. I guess it's going to happen, so...
Well, I'm in right now Montgomery, Alabama, so Houston's not too far from here, and we've been following the storms, and as of yesterday, I heard 80,000 people had lost power in Houston.
Wow.
And then with all the flooding, and so it just goes to show you, no matter where you live, some type of weather event, or even an event like an earthquake or a dam breaking can really cause havoc on any household, and that's why it's important to prepare.
Yeah, really. I would guess the number one thing to do is to get out of town, right? That's got.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple is when a storm's coming through is to know what to do. And if you're told to evacuate by the authorities, you got to get out of there. And I'm sure you've heard these stories as well. Everybody who was lucky enough to survive when they tried to ride out an area where they were supposed to get out, they all say the same thing. They didn't realize they made the mistake of their life until it was too late. So don't fool around.
Absolutely. Well said. Yeah, and as a radio host, we are trusted. People feel like they know us, and in a way they do, a small town like this. And when you want to know something, the one thing I remember, this was in 2004, because we were doing radio at that time, the question was, should we get out of town? And I said, if you can, yes. I mean, if there's no reason why you should stay in town, then get it. If you got the money, you can afford it, you got a family somewhere else, go somewhere else, yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and that all gets down to a plan. The time to make a plan to evacuate is not when the storm hits, and that's what I'm here for today, and why I'm going around the country is to let everybody know, just like an airplane pilot would have a checklist once he gets into that airplane till he takes off, they follow that list so they know every event that's coming up. If you make your disaster plan list and have all your materials on hand that you'll need to ride out the storm if you don't have to evacuate, it's going to make it a much more easier and safer experience. So start planning now while storm season is still young.
The list of things is usually the same. It's batteries and flashlights and radios and anything. Is there anything in your prepared list or the things we should prepare that most of us forget?
Yeah. What I like to do is I like to make a storm bucket, and I have one set up in my own house. And the storm bucket, you would put in a lot of the items that you just mentioned, along with phone numbers. Some people will even put a little bit of cash in there, so they have some money if the banks are closed and they lose power, because that's what usually happens during the storm. You lose the power. And then the bucket itself, if you're on a well, you won't have any water once you lose your power. You could use that to dip into the bathtub or another reservoir of water and flush your toilets with the bucket itself. yourself. So try to make everything that you pack away useful during a storm.
Wow. You know what I always forget when I go camping is a can opener. I don't know. I don't know how often.
Make your list.
Yeah, that's the only thing I always
Make
forget.
your list, and you could have the can up in the bucket. And the good thing about that bucket, that's going to be your bucket, and you fine-tune it to your household. But remember, all roads lead back to where you really have the big issues in a storm, if you don't have to evacuate, is you're probably going to lose power. So my biggest tip that I give everybody is have a backup power generator, or better yet, a standby generator system permanently installed in your house. And a standby system is not a portable one. They run on natural gas or propane. It comes on automatically with an automatic transfer switch, and it just will power the whole house. So even if your whole area is out, you'll have a safe haven because your house is up and running completely.
Absolutely. That is a really smart idea. And going back to 2004, after those hurricanes, there were so many people going out to get generators.
Yes.
And in fact, some of these house shows, you go to the school and they'd have these house shows. Mm-hmm. They would have these, people were putting in generators like a permanent appliance, but I guess they stopped doing that. They shouldn't have stopped.
Right, they shouldn't. Well, here's what happens, and this is why I'm here to remind everybody. It's preparedness, because the standby generators do take about a week or so to get installed, and you don't want to wait till there's no power.
Right.
By then, it's too late. So start planning now. A matter of fact, if you want more information, you can go to kohlergenerators.com, and that will give you the steps from A to Z, how to install them, and the professionals who size them up for you. I mean, they have a chart on that website where you can plug in all the different appliances you have, and they can even have a recommended sizing chart for you. So the bottom line is, the message I'm getting across is don't wait until it's too late. You prepare now, you won't be in line to get generators. You won't be in line to get gasoline. You'll have everything you need prepared ahead of time.
Yeah, and some of the generators nowadays are so quiet. I mean, they're so quiet.
Yes. It's really a whole different system now. Because they run on natural gas and propane, they're a lot quieter than the gasoline engines with the standby, and they're put in with a lot of insulating cabinetry around them and composite cabinetry, so they're not going to corrode with the weather. So when you have your own standby generator, you really have your own personal power plant in your backyard.
And P.S., if I could just add a local element to the preparedness part of this, if you are living in a house that is considered like a mobile home or a what do you call it, prefab? What do they call those homes now? Modular homes.
Modular homes.
And you're told you have to get to one of the shelters. Typically in our area, Ed, the shelters are the high schools, because they're strong. Mm-hmm. And usually there's one or two that are designated for people with pets.
Yes.
So if you have a pet, you need to know which ones those are. I don't know offhand which ones they are, but we are always told. So radio is a good connection. We stay here.
Yes.
We stay here.
For sure.
Let me let a listener ask a question. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Ed Del Grande.
Yes, good morning. I think it'd probably be a good idea, too, during the hurricane season, if you suffer from, like, let's say, diabetes or high blood pressure, is to have extra medication on hand in case you have to travel someplace and you can't get it at a pharmacy.
Good point. Yeah, really good point.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good points, and you know why it's a great point? Because now we're all together here thinking ahead, and these are questions that now we say, oh, my God, we never thought of this before. What do we do now? But because you throw these out, have a conference like this with your family and members of your neighborhood on what you might need. My own house, I do have the standby generator, and I'll tell you a crazy story that happened to me that I didn't expect. When we had one of our recent hurricanes that were coming close a year or two ago, my first reaction was to think, okay, what am I going to do? I got to go to the hardware store. Then I remembered I'm going to have power in my house. And when that calmed me down and I thought about it, I said, wait a minute, I can help neighbors. Suppose they have special medications that needs refrigerated.
Right.
My mom might need an air-conditioned environment. It gets to a point where it's a safe haven for the neighborhood. So it's not only helping you and your family, you could be helping people all around you as well. And there's no better feeling than to pull together and try to help everybody.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Ed, thank you for taking time out of your day to talk to us about this. It's a really great reminder. And if you just look at the news right now, people are fleeing their homes in Texas because of the flooding. There's probably a whole load of people that had to flee this morning when they heard about the dam getting ready to break. I don't remember what the name of the city. But anyway, Ed, thank you for being on the air. The website that Ed gave us is Kohler.com, Kohler, Kohler. That's a manufacturer of generators, right?
Yeah, and you could go to KohlerGenerators.com as well for specific information on generators, or another great website is flash.org for preparedness and showing you how you can make your home ready for storms coming in. So I'm glad you're spreading the news, because this is all serious business, and it could really help people along the summer as the storm season starts to brew.
All right, and if I could throw in, I know Jerry's Pawn and Gun has generators, not a lot of them, but usually they have some that have been either traded in or sold. Ed, thank you for being on the air with us today. Stay safe. Where are you, in Alabama?
Yep, right now we're in Montgomery, Alabama, and now that I've known, and thank you for educating me on what's going on in Texas, I'm going to start to monitor that, because that sounds like a very scary situation over there.
Sure does. Thank you, Ed, and be careful, and you're welcome back anytime. All right, we'll take a little break and be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partly sunny today with a high of 84 right on the coast, but about 90 inland. Partly cloudy tonight, though 66 inland, 72 at the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high of 82 on the coast, 89 inland. On Friday, sunshine and some clouds. There may be an afternoon thunderstorm, the high 83 at the coast, 88 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter